Hello guys, welcome to Hankins Custom Rifles, another episode of Hank's TV. Today is Saturday, May the 13th, and it's 11 o'clock in the morning. It's a beautiful day to test fire a couple guns, so that's what we're going to do today. And the first one on the bench happens to be another 6.5 Creedmoor. I've been building a lot of these lately. It seems like the 6.5 Creedmoor has really taken off. A lot of people like it. It's a really great cartridge. It's super efficient and it's really accurate. So I've been building a lot of them. This one here is an ADL version, so we don't have a hinged floor plate, we don't have a dropout magazine. It's just got a standard ADL style trigger guard. This is a bat trigger guard that's been Cerakoted, and it's built on a Stiller action. This is their Predator action. It's also been Cerakoted in a Coyote tan along with the barrel and the muzzle brake. The barrel is a Krieger barrel. This is a 1 1/8 twist, stainless steel. I fluted it at the shop. It's a number 19 contour if I remember correct. And we've got a custom muzzle brake on there that I put on, and I build these muzzle brakes in the shop. We've also got a thread protector for the guy if he wants to take the brake off. He can hunt with it, put the thread protector on, and not worry about the threads on the end of the barrel getting dirty or boogered up. The scope that we've got on this gun is a Vortex Viper. It's a 6-24 power. It's the PST. It's got the lighted reticle in it. It's a pretty nice scope. It's got Vortex medium rings on here with a 20 MOA Picatinny rail that is made by Stiller. The stock that we've got on this gun is a McMillan stock, and it's their A3-5 model with adjustable butt and an adjustable cheek piece. So the cheek piece is pretty nice. It's got two little thumb wheels over here that locks it in place once you get it adjusted, and you turn this little wheel, this little thumb wheel here, to raise it and lower it. We've got a dual trigger in this gun, and that's about it. This is a custom paint job that I did in my shop. The guy wanted me to do a desert camo style paint, and then he wanted this barreled action to be Cerakoted, one of the colors that I use for the desert camo. And I just thought that the Coyote tan was the best choice to do the barreled action in, because it is the main color in the desert camo. We add a little green here and a little brown for our desert camo. So that was painted in the shop with an airbrush, and then I've got a protective clear coat over it with a little bit of grit in here. It's like shark grip, but it's not shark grip. Shark grip is a little bit too textured for my likings. I've got this other stuff that I use, and it just makes it feel like a fine piece of sandpaper, so that you can get a grip on it if it rains, or if you got gloves on. If it gets wet, it won't slip out of your hands. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and shoot this gun a couple times. I've got it bore sighted. We've got a target down range at 100 yards. I've got the same ammunition that we used a couple of weeks ago when I shot a few of the 6.5 Creedmoors. We've got our Hornet A's. We've got a box of Winchester. And I've got some hand loads. Same hand loads that we had the last time. We got 140 grain VLD Burger. And we've got 130 grain Burger hunting bullet, and it's also a VLD. So we're going to shoot some of them. I'm going to start out sighting the gun in with the Creedmoor here, the American Whitetail. It's 129 grain interlock from Hornady. So we'll go ahead and shoot a couple of these and get it sighted in. We'll start out shooting these. Now I'm going to just probably shoot these one at a time. There's no sense in stacking the magazine up. So we'll get our first shot down range and see where it's at on paper. Okay, I found the bullet hole, so now I'm going to go up to it. No, never mind, that ain't a bullet hole, that's a fly. I thought I saw a bullet hole in the paper, but it was a fly. So I'm going to have to look down there and see if I can find the hole with a spotting scope. The way the sun's shining on that target makes it pretty hard to see a hole. I think I can see it, guys. We're about 4 or 5 inches away from the dot that I was aiming at. But I'm going to walk down there and make sure that I'm not chasing a bullet hole that ain't really a bullet hole. And if you want to, I'll just be back here in a minute. Let me walk down here and find the hole. Okay, we are 2 inches to the left and about 1 inch low. I'm going to make an adjustment on the scope. And we should be pretty close to the dot this time. Okay, I'm going to shoot the top right target. Okay guys, the first group out of this gun is probably a ½ inch or better. That's really good with the cheap Hornady whitetail ammo, 129 grain interlock lead pointed bullet. So we're going to move up now to the next one. Now these are hand loads, so I'm going to shoot those later. We'll shoot factory ammo first. Let's shoot this Winchester. It shot really good out of the last 2 guns that I built. So let's see how 3 of these will do today. And I'm going to shoot the top left target. Top left target with Winchester 140 grain. This is their match ammo. I'm going to make a click on the scope here. I want to go up, and I want to go to the right about 2 clicks. Okay, that's another 1/2 inch group. That shot really, really good. And some of you guys that's watched a lot of my videos, you know that I hate it when my brass hits the ground. I would rather hold my hand up here and knock it back into the action and have to pick it out one at a time than for them to hit the ground. They get dirt in them, dings on them. So I usually try to not let them hit the ground. This here is the Hornady 143 grain ELDX. So that's one of Hornady's new bullets that they've came out with. It's pretty pointy, very low drag, VLD type of bullet. And I'm just going to go back to loading those one at a time since we're just bench rest shooting. Now I'll shoot the bottom left target. Okay, that's the worst group so far at about 5/8 of an inch. So we're still shooting pretty good. This is a precision hunter ammunition. That's what they call this. So this bullet was designed not necessarily to be super accurate, but to be super performance on game animals. So it's going to give you some really good penetration. It's going to mushroom out really nice. They do shoot really good, but it's not a target bullet. So I think what I'll do now, I'm going to wait a few minutes, let this barrel cool down. I'm going to walk down to the target and I'm going to put up a couple of orange dots so we've got something to shoot at. We're going to shoot 3 more groups out of that gun with these hand loads that I've got. So let's take a 5 or 10 minute break and I'll get back to you guys here shortly. Alright guys, we're back. I went down there and I put one orange dot on each of the 3 targets that I've already shot at today, and I marked the targets with what I'd shot at them already so we don't lose track of what we've got down there. What we're going to shoot next is a hand load. It's a Hornady 120 grain AMAX. It's got 40 grains of Hodgkins 4895 loaded in here. And I loaded these up a couple weeks ago and shot them out of another gun or two. So let's see how they're going to do in this gun. We'll shoot 3, and I'm going to shoot the top right target. Okay, that's about a 1/4 inch group, fellas, so them shoot really, really good. The barrel's breaking in a little bit, and I haven't cleaned it between any of these shots. I know a lot of guys, a lot of the old timers, think you've got to clean the gun every time you shoot it for the first 50 rounds or something, and everybody's got a preference. But if you talk to these barrel makers, they'll tell you that that's really not necessary, because these barrels are hand lapped, they're mirror polished on the inside, and you can shoot this thing, you know, a day's range session, 15-20 shots before you have to worry about cleaning it. I don't really want to go much more than that. What we shoot today, and when I get it home, I'll clean it good. And then that barrel, to me, I consider that broke in. You know, the customer can shoot this now, go to the range and shoot it. Just do his standard cleaning procedure and, you know, go to a prairie dog town. You can shoot 50, 75 times that day. Clean it when you get back to the hotel room or the cabin or wherever you're staying at while you're shooting your prairie dogs, and you're pretty much good to go. But over cleaning, it's not necessary, and sometimes you can do more damage by cleaning the barrel than you can by just shooting it, just leaving it dirty. I don't ever put any kind of paste or any kind of solvents in there with grit in it. Just clean it with standard Butch's Bore Shine or Montana Extreme. I like that pretty well, and that's all I use. But I never use any paste. I don't use that fire lapping stuff that they say you shoot through there and it laps that barrel in, because this barrel's already been lapped in. It can't get any better than what they did at Krieger's factory. These things were done, inspected, and it's just, they are as good as they're going to get. So you can't do it, you can't get it any better at home working it on a bench. All you can do is make it worse. Okay, what we're going to shoot next will be a 140 grain Burger VLD. Got 41 grains of Hodgkins 4350 in here, and I loaded these up a couple weeks ago also. I didn't write the dates on here when I loaded them, but it's probably been a month maybe. So we're going to go ahead and shoot 3 of these, and what I'm going to shoot now, I'll shoot the top left hand target at the second orange dot that I put on it. Okay, we got another 1/2 inch group, maybe less. That's not bad. So far this gun has shot everything we've put down it at about a 1/2 inch. The worst thing we've got so far is this Precision Hunter stuff from Hornady, that 143 grain VLDX bullet. So what we're going to do now, we'll jump over here to 130 grain Burger. This is their hunting bullet. It's got a little thicker jacket on it than their standard VLDs. And I've got it loaded with 39 grains of reloader 15 at about 2,800 feet per second, my card says. So let's see what we can get with these, and then this gun will be done as far as the test fire goes. We'll shoot the bottom left target. And we got another really good group. That's down to about probably a little over 1/4 inch, around 3/8. So everything we've shot out of that gun today has shot really, really well. A little fine tuning, load the bullets to the rifling, you know, prep your brass, do all the little tricks that some people do to their brass. This will be another 1/4 inch, minute of angle rifle, built at Hankins custom rifle. So we're going to walk down, check out the target, we'll look at it, and pretty much complete this video. So let's move on down there, and I'll get right back with you guys in a second. Okay guys, we walked down here to the target, and I brought a lot of stuff to the range today, but I didn't bring my caliper, so I don't have any way of really precisely measuring these groups. But what I did was I drew a line out on each side of them, and I just guesstimated it, and I stayed on the generous side. So it's smaller than what I'm calling it, but it's close enough for what we're doing today. I guarantee my rifles to be able to shoot a 1/2 inch group or less, and we've done that several times here without any doubt. Without calipers, I don't need to measure to know that these are less than 1/2 inch. But we started out, this was our very first shot right here. That was my bore sight shot, and I was shooting at this orange dot in the center of the paper, and we hit right there. I made an adjustment, I shot 3 more, and we hit right here. That's the Hornady American whitetail ammo, 129 grain factory load, and I drew them lines. You can see them there, and I'm just guessing that that's 5/8 of an inch. I'm going to say, if you mic'd it out, it's probably a little less than that, but I'm going to call it 5/8. We come over here to the next target, and we shot the Winchester's factory match load, 140 grains. I drew a line out on each side of those and just guessed it 3/8 of an inch. We came down to this target, and we shot the Hornady VLDX 143 grain factory load, and I did the same thing. I drew a line here and a line here, and I'm coming up with about 5/8 of an inch. All right, So then we let the gun cool for a few minutes, and I walked down and I added these 3 orange dots to these 3 targets. The first group we shot was 120 grain AMAX. That was a hand load. And I did the same thing, drew some lines. We got about 3/8 of an inch. So that's a good load. We went to the 140 grain Burger hand loads. We got 3 bullets right there, and I did the same thing. That's about a 3/8 of an inch group or less. And then we jumped down here to the 130 grain Burger hand loads. And I'm pretty generous here saying that that's a 1/2 inch group, but it's less than that, I'm sure, if we had our calipers, but we don't. So that's what we got with these today. And I know my customer will be happy. This gun here is going to be shipped off Monday morning. It's going to California. And with a little work and some hand load development, this will be another tack driver. So I want to thank you guys for watching the videos. I want to ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give me the thumbs up on those videos. Put some comments down below. I will tell you that my comments have to be approved, because I get some comments sometimes. I woke up this morning to one that was just, let's just say it was unbelievable that a guy would take the time to write the comment that he wrote, and he had more F-bombs in it than any other word. I mean, I couldn't even believe it. I just delete those kind of comments. So if you can't keep your comments clean, don't even waste your time writing them, because I just delete them and nobody ever gets to read them. Because if you're going to act like an idiot, then I'm just going to delete the comment. That's all there is to it. This rifle business I got, it's a good, clean, honest business, and I'm going to keep my YouTube channel good and clean and honest, and I want everybody to be able to read it, watch the videos without having to put up with immature people like this guy was. So anyway, subscribe to the channel, leave me some good comments, thumbs up. One other thing, I had a guy ask me a comment on my YouTube channel. He asked me if I had a website. And yes, I've got a website. I don't tell it very often, but I have told it in a lot of these videos. But it's HankinsCustomRifles.com. So just type that in, Google search Hankins Custom Rifles, and you'll find my website. It's out there. Got a lot of stuff on it, a lot of pictures of the guns I've built over the years. A lot of the guns that I've built are not on it. So if you want something that you don't see on there, you can call me or email me. That's probably the best way. Do it email, and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. And we can work out a deal on a gun like this. We can paint it pretty much any style, any colors you want. I can order the stocks, anything you want. Receivers, barrels, scopes. These are custom built rifles for you, the customer. These are not custom built rifles and you only get to choose from 3 different models that I make, like some of these other custom gun makers. They offer 3 guns. They call them custom built rifles, but you either buy what they've got on the shelf or you don't buy one from them. So my guns are custom built. You design it, tell me what you want, we'll put it together and we'll make it shoot. We'll guarantee that it'll shoot like this right here, and it don't get much better than that. I'll say it again, you can pay more, but you can't buy better. So look up Hankins Custom Rifles when you're in the market, and I'll take care of you. Until the next time, guys, we'll see you later, and have a good day.